That's okay. I identify as a feminist. Right.
What I make of that is that if your wife is, you don't make fun of Justin Baldoni. There's no question it relates to Justin. I mean, anybody that can watch that, the hair bun. If somebody is seriously, you don't make fun.
I was exhausted. That I haven't given myself time to recover or time to heal. I had a intense year.
All right, get ready for a deep dive into some seriously hidden jokes and shady moments in Deadpool and Wolverine. You might think you caught all the Easter eggs, but trust me, there's a whole layer of pettiness and inside jokes that went right over your head. And guess what? A lot of them are aimed at none other than Justin Baldoni. So here's the tea. Ryan Reynolds was not a fan of the on-screen chemistry between his wife, Blake Lively, and Justin Baldoni. In fact, he was so jealous that he went all out roasting Justin throughout the movie. But here's where things took a wild turn. Blake may have stretched the truth a bit, or a lot, to stir the pot even more. She exaggerated and even straight up made up some behind-the-scenes moments just to get Ryan to flip out on Justin. Why? Allegedly to help Ryan push Justin out and claim his movie for himself. But instead of taking Justin down, the whole thing blew up in Ryan's face, and now he's got some serious explaining to do in court.
That's what he did. We have a clip where his character Deadpool, which is very popular in this movie, acts more like the Justin Baldoni that I said turned me off with the I'm against toxic masculinity. And there's a question about whether he was taking...
For this breakdown, we can't show clips from the movie due to copyright issues, and we definitely don't want that smoke. So instead, we're going to walk you through every part of Deadpool and Wolverine where Ryan Reynolds blatantly mocked Justin Baldoni. And here's the kicker. Most of these scenes were filmed after Justin's lawsuit drama blew up, meaning these weren't just random jokes. They were intentional digs. Now let's break it all down, scene by scene. First up, there's a moment where Deadpool gets a little too much attention from a costume designer. Funny? Yes, but also shady. Because plot twist, Blake had actually made Justin ship all the movie's wardrobe straight to her house so she could try them on, instead of doing it at the production studio. Oh, and remember that dance scene? Turns out Ryan found some raw footage with extra close-ups of Blake's butt. Yeah, he wasn't too happy about that. Then there's the wildest part. Deadpool drops a line, "Your tailor is a predator." But I love it. Sounds random, right? Nope, that was actually a jab at Justin. Ryan had already called Justin's actual agent and accused him of being a deranged predator over the phone. He even tried to get Justin dropped from their shared agency. Oh, and just when you thought it couldn't get pettier, Ryan allegedly told Justin straight up not to show up to his own movie premiere, saying, "Nobody wants you there." Now let's talk about the second major moment Ryan went after Justin. It all went down at the Deadpool and Wolverine premiere, where Ryan reportedly walked up to a top executive from their shared agency and straight up called Justin a predator. Now, Ryan has a lot of power in Hollywood, so it's not exactly shocking what happened next. Justin got dropped from the agency. Yep, even though he had just made the biggest box office hit of his career, he was suddenly out. Doesn't make sense, right? Well, when you're dealing with Hollywood politics, it's not always about talent, it's about who's really in charge. Now, let's get into the movie references. There's a scene where Deadpool says, "Go ahead, treat yourself. Do you like what you see? My eyes are over here." That guy knows what I'm talking about. Sounds like a random quip, right? Nope, it's actually a sneaky jab at Justin's best friend, Jamie Heath. Jamie, who worked as a producer on It Ends With Us, has often been described as being in middle management in Hollywood, exactly how Deadpool describes the character in the scene. But here's where it gets even shadier. Blake Lively reportedly told Ryan that Jamie has been watching her while she was breast pumping on set. But here's the catch. Blake herself had invited Jamie in. She was covered up, and there were multiple people in the room helping remove her makeup. So was it a real issue or just something being used to create tension? Even Jamie himself apologized multiple times, and Blake apparently responded with, "It's okay, I know you weren't trying to cop a look." So if she was cool with it, why was Ryan still holding a grudge? Then comes the next massive insult in the movie. Deadpool turns to a character and says, "Your buddy here is ready to throw it all away for me. You calling your wife HR? Is your wife working HR?" This was another direct jab at Justin. Why? Because according to Blake, she filed multiple HR complaints against him. Except here's the thing. There was no HR department to even file them with. But wait for it. After these alleged complaints, Blake and Justin were still texting each other and getting along perfectly. So was this real or just more fuel for the fire? And then we get the most shocking reference of all. Deadpool dramatically exclaims, "Fingers are inside me, but not in a good way. My brain could taste your fingers, and they tasted like hate. And where in God's name is the intimacy coordinator?" This is a direct reference to Justin's production company, Wayfarer Studios. Blake had filed a lawsuit claiming that no intimacy coordinator was used on It Ends With Us. But guess what? That claim was false. Justin did hire one, and Blake knew about it. He even took detailed notes when he met the coordinator and personally brought them to Blake in July 2023. And Ryan? Oh, he wasn't done. In July 2023, he made an extra shady Instagram post dedicated to Sandra Bullock's birthday, saying, "For your birthday, I got you intimacy coordinators, an HR department, and clothing." And then Ryan, the B-list villain of his real-life drama, posted one of the shadiest jokes in Hollywood history. He claimed that Dogpool, yes, the mutant pup from Deadpool and Wolverine, was the film's intimacy coordinator and added, "And then every morning, she'd stick her tongue down your throat." To an average fan, this might seem like harmless Reynolds humor. But if you've been keeping up with the messy behind-the-scenes drama, you know exactly who he was taking a shot at, Justin Baldoni, and the lawsuit that Blake Lively filed against him. Blake had accused Justin of forcing her to do multiple kissing takes on It Ends With Us without an intimacy coordinator present. But here's where things get interesting. Justin didn't break any rules. According to SAG-AFTRA guidelines, intimacy coordinators are only required for scenes with explicit physical intimacy, not basic kissing scenes. So while Blake made it sound like some serious misconduct, the reality is that Justin was just doing his job. And Ryan didn't stop there. Blake had also claimed that during a scene, Justin dragged his mouth from her ear to her neck and whispered, "It smells so good." She painted this as creepy and predatory, but the real story? That moment was actually in the script. Justin was just sticking to character, while Blake kept breaking character, making the scene harder to shoot. And when someone refuses to give the director the take they need, what happens? Reshoots.
I feel so nosy.
I know.
And my noses.
And my nose is so big.
Yes. I was hoping that we could address this. It's not too late. Just gotta shut down. We gotta call an insurance month and just deal with that.
Ryan, the ever-sarcastic King, threw even more fuel on the fire with another brutal line. Oh wow, a deranged predator taking advantage of a woman with no intimacy coordinator on set while 100 crew members and extras watch him harass her. He was making fun of the idea that Justin could have been harassing Blake while surrounded by an entire film crew. Because let's be real, if something really inappropriate happened, wouldn't somebody have said something? Then Ryan took another dig that was so slick you might have missed it. He suddenly praised Justin for talking about how much he loves his wife. But if you read between the lines, the sarcasm was heavy. He was mocking the idea that Justin, a married man who openly adores his wife, was being accused of behaving inappropriately. It was Ryan's way of telling the world this lawsuit is nonsense. But the real knockout punch? The Lady Deadpool reference. Ryan said, "Wait till you see Lady Pool. She is gorgeous. She just had a baby too, and you can't even tell." At first glance, it sounds like a random joke. But Lady Deadpool? That's Blake Lively's character in the movie. And when did she film It Ends With Us? Right after having a baby. See the connection? Ryan was calling her out, suggesting that Blake had no issue filming romantic scenes post-pregnancy when it suited her. But suddenly, when it came to Justin, it became a legal complaint. And here's the final mic drop. Ryan is widely believed to have orchestrated the entire lawsuit against Justin. Blake claimed that Justin was constantly making inappropriate comments about her body, turning the set into an uncomfortable place. But here's the thing, Ryan Reynolds, never one to miss a chance at a jab, seems to have taken all that drama and turned it into a direct joke in Deadpool and Wolverine. Nice Pool, a brand new character in the film, isn't just a random parody, it's a straight-up mockery of Justin Baldoni. And the shade doesn't stop there. Ryan packed the movie with hidden digs at Justin that a lot of people aren't even catching. One line that stands out, "Where's your mask?" "Oh, this guy." Sounds like a throwaway joke, right? But if you connect the dots, it's a subtle jab at Justin, who's often praised for being a handsome leading man type. The line implies that Justin is so full of himself that he doesn't even need a mask. Because why would he cover up that face? Then there's even a darker joke. You better hope that you don't run into the Deadpool Corps. They're crazy. They'll chop you up into 1,000 pieces and hide you all over the void. If they could only process their childhood trauma, they'd go on one heck of a healing journey. This isn't just some quirky Deadpool humor. It's a direct attack on Justin. Why? Because Justin has built his entire personal brand around his healing journey, constantly posting about self-discovery, spirituality, and overcoming past traumas. Ryan is basically saying, yeah, Justin, we get it. You've got trauma. Move on. And if that wasn't enough, there's an outtake that takes an even more blatant shot. I'd be fighting alongside them, but my calling is to one day host a podcast that monetizes the women's movement. This didn't make the final cut of the movie, but fans immediately connected it to Justin. Why? Because he has a podcast where he frequently talks about men's roles in society, toxic masculinity, and how women are often mistreated. Ryan is ruthlessly implying that Justin is just profiting off feminist discourse, rather than genuinely caring about the cause. And then there's this outtake. Hey, cowboy, my eyes are up here. I know it's tempting. I look at it too sometimes. This might seem like typical Deadpool humor, but there's a deeper meaning. It's a reference to one of Blake's claims that when she was in her trailer breastfeeding, some people on set were watching her. The fact that Ryan included a line that mimics that moment, it's hard to see it as anything but a deliberate call-out. But in case you still weren't convinced that Nicepool equals Justin Baldoni, Ryan's team literally confirmed it in interviews. They described Nicepool as Ryan's alter ego, a Zen-like character with long flowing locks, just like Justin. Ryan even joked, boy do I love playing Nicepool. He's just so manufactured. Now, as for Blake Lively, she didn't hold back when she promoted Deadpool and Wolverine on Instagram. She specifically pointed out a line from the film, nice men who use feminism as a tool. A direct shot at Justin Baldoni. It's not subtle. She's clearly calling him out, implying his public stance on feminism is nothing more than a performative act. Then there's Ryan Reynolds' use of air quotes around the word nice when talking about Nicepool. It might seem minor, but it's actually a calculated dig at Justin. The message? Justin isn't really nice. He's just playing a role of a nice guy. This could be tied to the fact that Ryan and Justin actually got along over text. They even complimented each other. But when it came to the film, Ryan still went out of his way to roast him. Reportedly, Nicepool's scenes were shot after the Hollywood strike, which means they were filmed after Blake and Ryan had a meeting with Justin about continuing production on It Ends With Us. And here's where it gets even messier. Director Sean Levy confirmed that much of Deadpool's dialogue was improvised. Yet many of the lines targeting Justin were actually on Blake's list of requirements to return to filming. The original draft of Deadpool and Wolverine did include the character of Nicepool, but he was meant to be a younger, more attractive version of Ryan Reynolds, not a man-bun-wearing feminist parody. Then there's the cafe gratitude joke in the movie. This one is another sneaky diss at Justin, mocking the way he always expresses gratitude in his interactions with Blake and Ryan. In real life, Justin was always polite and complimentary to Blake, but in Deadpool and Wolverine, they turn that politeness into a joke, like his kindness is somehow fake or over the top. But the most brutal part, the way Nicepool dies. In the movie, Blake Lively's character, Ladypool, is the one who kills Nicepool, and it happens right in front of a flower shop. That's no coincidence. In It Ends With Us, Blake's character literally works at a flower shop. It's an obvious reference to Justin's involvement in that film, turning his on-screen death into a symbolic takedown of his real-life persona. And Ryan didn't stop there. During an awkward interview promoting It Ends With Us, he used Brandon Skellner as a stand-in for Justin, throwing direct insults at him. Ryan joked, "What the hell are you doing messing with my best buddy's wife?" mocking Justin's entire working relationship with Blake. And the only reason Ryan had no issues with Brandon, because Brandon and Blake didn't have any intimate scenes together. Even Hugh Jackman got roped into the pettiness. In one promo clip, Hugh and Ryan exaggerated how incredibly nice and likable Justin is, turning his entire personality into a punchline. Ryan made sure Justin wasn't just being mocked, he was being completely dismantled. As for Justin's response, he wasn't about to let all those accusations go unanswered. The actor and director has now fired back in a major way, filing a massive $400 million defamation lawsuit against Blake Lively, Ryan Reynolds, Lively's publicist, Leslie Sloan, and their publicity firm, Vision PR. Justin Baldoni was spotted for the first time since the lawsuit was filed, with TMZ catching up with him at LAX. When asked about how he was coping with the legal turmoil surrounding It Ends With Us, Baldoni kept it brief.
Austin, that I haven't given myself time to recover or time to heal. I had a intense year, a lot of material success, and a lot of emotional stress. It was very hard.
According to the 179-page lawsuit obtained by Yahoo Entertainment, Baldoni alleges that Lively stole the film from him and orchestrated a narrative that painted him as the villain. He claims that, had it not been for her self-inflicted press catastrophe in August 2024, the public would have never known the behind-the-scenes turmoil she supposedly created. The suit further alleges that Lively never even read Colleen Hoover's best-selling novel, It Ends With Us, before taking the lead role, and that she had to Google her character's hair color. It also accuses her of refusing to meet with the film's DV advocacy partners and launching a tone-deaf press campaign. One of the lawsuit's more shocking revelations involves an A-list name, Taylor Swift. Baldoni claims he felt pressured into allowing Lively to rewrite a pivotal rooftop scene in the film due to the influence from Swift and Ryan Reynolds. Although Swift's camp has not responded to requests for comment, the lawsuit includes text messages referencing Taylor in connection with Lively's rewrites. Lively's legal team responded swiftly, slamming Baldoni's lawsuit as a textbook case of DARVO, deny, attack, reverse victim, and offender. They accused Baldoni of attempting to shift blame onto Lively in an effort to discredit her allegations. This latest lawsuit from Justin Baldoni, Wayfarer Studios, and its associates is another chapter in the harasser playbook. This is an age-old story. A woman speaks up with concrete evidence of SA and retaliation, and the harasser attempts to turn the tables on the victim, her legal team said in a statement. Baldoni's lawsuit, however, insists that Lively was the one who initiated the improvisation in their scenes, contradicting her claim that he subjected her to unwanted and unchoreographed kissing scenes. While Lively now takes issue with any innocuous improvisation, Baldoni treated their relationship on camera as professional, the lawsuit states. If no one was supposed to improvise, Baldoni would have had no way of knowing based on Lively's own actions. The lawsuit also addresses Lively's complaints about wardrobe decisions, alleging that she insisted her character Lily should wear $5,000 designer shoes, despite being portrayed as a struggling small business owner. It claims that Lively and Reynolds were deeply involved in creative decisions, with Reynolds even demanding that an important scene be removed after Baldoni's inquiry about Lively's weight to his personal trainer was misinterpreted as fat-shaming. The lawsuit includes allegations that Reynolds confronted Baldoni aggressively, swearing at him, and demanding an apology. In the lawsuit, Baldoni and his team are suing Lively, Reynolds, and Sloan on multiple counts, including civil extortion, defamation, false light invasion of privacy, breach of implied covenant of good faith and fair dealing, intentional interference with contractual relations, intentional interference with prospective economic advantage, negligent interference with prospective economic advantage. Baldoni's camp maintains that this is not just another Hollywood feud, but rather a case of powerful celebrities allegedly leveraging their status to wrest creative control away from a director. The lawsuit points to text messages between Lively and Baldoni that reportedly paint a picture of a close working relationship before things turned sour. The texts supposedly reveal that the two frequently exchanged messages, shared personal stories, and even offered each other support during difficult times. And now that everyone knows how Justin was allegedly mocked and humiliated 18 times in the movie, it's clear he's not backing down in this legal battle. But what do you think? Did Ryan really take it too far? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And while you're at it, don't forget to like, subscribe, and check out our other videos.